Hi friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Today is Saturday, November the 5th, 2022. I would first like to start the podcast off by welcoming any new viewers who may be tuning in for the first time. Welcome, and to all my returning viewers, welcome back. This is a podcast about my knitting adventures, and sometimes there's a little bit of crochet and spinning. Sadly, there hasn't been any of that in the last 2 weeks again, but that's okay. I will eventually get back to it. So yeah, if that's your thing, maybe this is the podcast for you. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons down below. You can also find detailed show notes down below as well. I always put direct links to any patterns that I talk about in the show, and you can they are linked directly to the designer's Ravelry page, so you can find that there. You can also find where you can see me on the interwebs. I'm as xcountrygirl1986x on Instagram, Ravelry, and Inspired Knitting Podcast on Instagram, where I am most active. So yeah, how have y'all been doing? It's been a great 2 weeks here. We have had a very gorgeous fall. We had a warm snap and then it went a little bit cool and rainy. And this past week, again, we've had temperatures like 14 degrees and sunny. It's been glorious. I've been out every day, hence why there's not a ton of knitting. I have been taking it with me, but honestly, I don't feel like I have gotten that much done, but I've just been enjoying the nice weather. Today is amazing. We got another sunny, slightly cloudy day, but it's like 20 degrees. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to be going out later and definitely enjoying that. So wherever you guys are, I hope that you're enjoying your weather as well. Some people do enjoy the cool weather of fall, some in Alberta. Hi to my friends in Alberta. You guys have gotten snow. I know my friends up in Timmins have gotten snow. Oh my gosh, I am not happy for it. I think it's beautiful, but I would rather have the sun and the warmth. If you've been watching, you already know this about me. I do not like winter. Anyways, I do have my coffee with me today, my second cup of the day. I got it in my Inspired Knitting Podcast cup. Cheers. So yeah, I'm going to start off with what I'm wearing because I always start rambling and I forget to show. I am wearing my jig shawl puzzle by Stephen West. And this shawl is like a triangular shawl. It's not worked in the sense of top down. It's done in pieces. So I don't know the right technical term. Sometimes I would say it's like modular because you knit one section and then you're picking up stitches along, say here, to do this section. And then you pick up stitches along here. It's just very, very cool. Stephen is a genius. I just love his designs, and the one thing that I really love about his designs is that a lot of them are like big shawls, and I love the big cozy shawls. So yeah, I really enjoyed this knit. It's holding 2 strands of fingering weight together. I think you pick out 5 different fingering weight skeins, and then you marl them together. And there is one skein of mohair as well that you would hold with one of your fingering weights, and I chose the mohair to be with this color, which is a brown mohair, so you can't really see it, but I did mine somewhat differently. So the fingering weights, he kind of marls them together for the different sections. I chose not to. So each of my 5 colors, I just held the same color double and then did the sections. And I kind of just went willy-nilly with it. I didn't really follow any particular theme. I just kind of whatever I thought would look pretty next to that section, I just went with it. So yeah, I've actually been able to enjoy this shawl when we had our cooler temperatures, and it is amazing. It does have a I-cord border, so once you've knit the whole shawl, you pick up all the stitches around it and do an I-cord border. I cheated, I did not do that because it's a huge shawl. So I think how I did it on my last section, which I believe is one of your tips here, it might have been this one, I didn't fully bind off the last 3 stitches. I just added my color that I wanted for the border and then just picked up stitches and did an I-cord bind off as I went. So I went off pattern for that as well. I just couldn't fathom the idea of picking up all these stitches around the whole shawl and doing an I-cord. So that's what I did. But it turned out, it's lovely, it's amazing. All the yarns except for the mohair are Cozy Posy Yarn Co. I love her yarn. I'm not going to try to remember them. And to be quite honest, I don't think they're on my Ravelry either. Some of them might be, but I don't think so. And then I have a gorgeous leather shawl cuff that I got from the Northern Pearl. So I just got that on there as well. So it's a lovely shawl, amazing, and I love it. Jigsaw Puzzle by Stephen West. And did you guys see the mystery knit along? It is amazing by West Knits. It's pretty, but I can't cast it on because I just cast it on a new shawl. Yeah, so it's not happening, but I definitely want more West Knits in my wardrobe because they are amazing. So yeah, I think my next shawl that I would want to do by Stephen West would be the Starflake. I actually got yarn set aside for it, so if I can get a shawl off the needles, that one might be going on. Okay, so I got some finished objects to share with you, and then I will get on into works in progress. So the first finished object that I have to share with you today is a new hat. So I saw, I'm probably gonna pronounce her name wrong, so I'll put it along here. I think it's Kalua Hudson, and it's her tag on Instagram is Well They Play, I believe. I will put it here and in the description box. I did one of her cabled hat patterns last winter. It's a chunky weight pattern, and I absolutely loved that hat. I love cables. Well, she came out with a new design. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, because as soon as it came out, I bought it and cast it on. Regardless, it's called the Milkweed hat, and it's got lace and cables, and those are 2 of my most favorite things in knitting. They are so elegant and so classy. I absolutely love them. This is, again, a chunky weight pattern. And as you can see here, the cables and lace go right into the ribbing of the hat, which I really like that. And I'm just gonna take my pom-pom off here for a second, because the top of the hat has one of those cool designs on it too. Hope you guys can kind of see it. Just looks really cool. I don't know if it's showing up well. You're getting blown out with the light again. But it's just a very beautiful hat. I really like it. I have not washed it yet or blocked it. I think I need to. So pretty much I followed the instructions for the hat. I think it is only one size. The only thing that I modified was the ribbing of the hat. I took the repeat and I did half a repeat. So I'm not going to give it away because it's paid for pattern, but I just made it slightly longer because I got a big noggin and I need my ears to be covered. So That's the only modification that I did to it. Otherwise, I think it's a gorgeous hat. But I do feel that it could be blocked just to give me a little extra length, because I find that I'm pulling it down a lot. But it's very beautiful and I love it. The yarn that I used for it, I ended up getting from a local D-stash. She's selling off some of her yarns, and it's called Needleful Yarns Woodstock. It's a 50% wool and 50% acrylic, and it's an Aran 2, a chunky weight yarn, 184 yards. And I've never heard of it before, but I find it's a very nice yarn. I'm a yarn snob when it comes to acrylics, but this one is actually really nice. It is like a single ply yarn, I find, but I didn't have problems with it, so it wasn't breaking on me. It wasn't splitting either. I found it very nice. So I still have a good chunk of the yarn left. I will have to weigh it out to see, but there was still a bunch left over. These are 2 more that I had got. These are like a charcoal gray, kind of heathered. So those will probably become another hat and mitts probably. But I don't know if I have it here. I'm not sure where I put it, but there's still a good chunk of the yarn left over from this hat, so that's pretty awesome. I really like it. So that's the Milkweed hat by Kahlua Hudson, While They Play, and it's just amazing. I love it. So yeah, highly recommend it. I wouldn't say that it's a hard pattern. If you're new to lace, maybe not. It's not that hard, but it's just so pretty. Lace and cables. Love it. So that was the first thing that I finished. And I've actually been wearing it a lot too, because even though we've had 14 plus 14 days, for me, I'm still freezing at that. And I still need something on my ears, because as I am motoring on down the sidewalk, the air gets in my ears and it just causes an earache. So I've been having to wear my toque a lot, which I kind of look weird because everybody else is in like shorts and t-shirts, and I'm like wrapped up in a shawl and a knitted toque. Is what it is. Okay, the next thing that I have as a finished object is a baby cardigan that I had started like in the summer, I think. I got ambitious and I was going to knit for a market, and yeah, that fell short because I'm a selfish knitter. So I casted on the Antler Cardigan by Tin Can Knits. And I just did the baby size. So the Antler Cardigan is knit from the bottom up. And you do your sleeves first, which I really like. And then you knit your body, and then you join your sleeves to work back and forth. And then you do this beautiful yoke, which consists of these gorgeous, gorgeous cables. And then once you're done that, you just pick up for your button band and do your button band. So I did do buttonholes, and I just need to wash the cardigan and get it blocked and put the buttons on it, and it will go into a bin for a future market perhaps. But yeah, it's just a very sweet cardigan. I love Tin Can Knits. The Antler Cardigan goes all the way from 0 to 3 months all the way up to maybe a 4X. adult, so that's pretty awesome. You get this amazing pattern with all the sizes. It's a worsted weight yarn. I'm gonna say it was knit on a 5mm needle. And if you see here, this is not part of the pattern. This was me fudging up. It's like a purl, after the ribbing, it's like a purl row. That is not part of the pattern, and that was just me not paying attention. And yeah, I just decided to leave it in there. It looks kind of cool. So there's that. The yarn, I actually, I had to go looking for a ball of it because I had ran out to do the button band. So it's called Handfield Bonus Aran Tweed 20% Wool Blend. So they come in 400 gram balls, so they're big balls. 840 meters or 920 yards. It's a 74 acrylic, 20 wool, and 6% viscose. And the color is shade 0751, which is a mauvey tweed with like brown specks in it. So this one here I had picked up from a yarn store in Picton, Ontario, which is in Prince Edward County. And I paid $22.50 Canadian for it. So for 920 yards of an Aran weight, that's pretty decent. And it's a very, very nice yarn. So there we go. I bought 2 balls of this and I was going to knit myself a sweater in it. I still have a huge ball and still quite a bit left over, so it might happen one day. I'm not sure, but yeah. Antler cardigan, tin can knits, gorgeous little cardigan. So there's that one. All right, so the next one that I have, and last one, is a hoe. I saw last week that Patty, hi Patty, from the Forest City Knit Girls, had posted a tester call for her new pattern. It's called the Fuzzy Feet Socks, and I got accepted as a test knitter, and I'm so thrilled. I absolutely love the ladies from Forest City Knits, and I really love their designs too. They're amazing. So I casted on the first sock and got it finished. Now I ended up using, it uses 2 different colors of fingering weight, and then the cuff, heel, and toe are done in a contrasting or a similar colored mohair. So that's the only thing that I've done differently. I'm not using mohair. These are not for me, and the person that they're going to does not like mohair. So I didn't do that. I'm just using the 2 strands of fingering. But here is the sock. How pretty is that? They look a little big, but I tried it on the person I'm gifting them to, and it fit them like a glove, so it's perfect. If I was to do the pattern for myself, I would probably go down to a 56 stitch. This is a 64, but it's perfect for the person they're going to, so it worked out. These have not been blocked yet, but it's just a very gorgeous pattern. It's mosaic knitting, so it's awesome because although it gives you the appearance of stranded color work, it's not. So you're only working with 1 color at a time. And I'll just bring it in closer so you can see that pretty patterning. It's got some slip stitches. I'm doing the cuff down version, so it's got a heel flap and gusset. She gives you instructions to do cuff down with a heel flap and gusset, or you can do it toe up as well with a, I believe it's a shadow wrap heel, which is like a short row heel. So you got the instructions for that, and you got 3 different sizes as well. So it's a very wonderful pattern. So I got the first one done, and I do have the second one casted on, but it's literally just casted on. I haven't gotten very far with it. But yeah, so Fuzzy Feet Socks by Forest City Knit Girls. It's in testing right now, and I'm not sure when it's coming out. But if you watch here and on their Instagram, I'm sure you will be kept updated. So the yarns that I'm using for this, I can only tell you what the blue is. So the blue that I'm using is Midnight Cravings, and it is on their Lush 4-ply fingering, 100% superwash merino. It's 437 yarns in the color Mom Jeans. And there is the back. And then the second color that I'm using, unfortunately, I do not know what it is. It's just this steel gray that I had in my stash. It's just super, super soft, as you can tell. It's got a pretty halo. I do not know what it is, but the two worked out beautifully, and that's what I'm using. So something about the sock, you can use any yarns that you want. I casted on with a pretty sock set from Full Moon Fibers, and it's a purple and a goldish color. They're 250 grams, and I thought the contrast would be high enough, and although it looked pretty, you were definitely losing this pretty design in the process. So I ended up tinking that one out and cast it on with these. So you definitely want a solid, I would suggest a solid color, 2 solids, and making sure that one is a higher contrast than the other. And you don't have to do it dark to light. You could do light to dark. You can do anything you want. But I cast it on the second time because I just felt that it was too blendy. So that's just something to keep in mind, but they're your socks. You can do whatever you want. But I really, really love these, and the person that they're going to is really in love with them and wants them done, so they will have to wait. Fuzzy Feet Socks. I love them. Thank you again, Patty, for letting me test your beautiful patterns. Okay, so we got that done. So that's it for finished objects. So I'm still working on the second sock for the Fuzzy Feet, and like I said, it's literally like just cast it on, so not much at all to share there. So I got that started, and then to continue on with the Forest City theme, I have my Sweet Serenity shawl, and this has been getting the most love from me. I am really, really enjoying it. I am using 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn from the Northern Pearl, and that's them. I think I shared this on the last podcast. The bright one over here is Punch, and unfortunately I do not remember what this beautiful speckle was called, but I absolutely love it. And I've been getting tons of compliments on it. We go to our local coffee shop and have a coffee, and I always bring my knitting with me, and I'm always getting lots of compliments on it. They love the yarn, they love the shawl. So I'm just gonna set this down here. So the Sweet Serenity is a pattern again by Patty of Forest City Knits, and it is a 2 skein shawl fingering weight, and it is a triangular shawl. And last time I shared this with you guys, I was right here at this stitch marker or progress keeper, and now I am down into section 3. So yeah, it's so pretty. There's some garter striping going on and some pretty eyelets. And then I'm really, really loving this section right here. You use your second color and we got a little bit of eyelet lace happening. So pretty. So Sweet Serenity, I have been enjoying this one a lot. And I cannot wait to get this one done. It's going to be so nice. So I did fudge it up. This here, there is two pink eyelets. There should not be two pink eyelets. It should be a pink and a white. I did mess that up, but unfortunately I didn't realize it until it was too late and I was not tinking it back. So I got a slight design feature in it, but it doesn't matter. It's my shawl. But it is gorgeous and I am loving it so far. So this has been my main focus and it's been really fun to knit. It's mindless and it's just perfect. So I've been really enjoying that one a lot. That's the Sweet Serenity by Forest City Knit Girls. I really like it. It's fun. So that's been getting a lot of attention and I want to see if I can get through the rest of it and hopefully have it as a finished object next time. Okay, so I have one more work in progress that I'm going to share with you today. Quite honestly, I don't know where the last 2 weeks have gone and I feel like I don't have that much, but that shawl it's a fingering weight shawl and I don't know, I've just been putting a lot of focus on that one thing, so yeah. I don't know, I just don't feel like I've made a lot of progress and the 2 weeks have just like flown by. I haven't worked on my oxbow cardigan. I started, my Marcelli pullover, I think that's how you pronounce it, by Petite Knit. It's the stripy one. I had started that. I'm on the back yoke and I realized I was about to do the front panel and I realized that I put my white stripe in way too soon. So I had to frog it back and take the white stripe out and now I'm back to square one again. So I did do a little bit of knitting on it, but it kind of went into my naughty pile. I was like kind of discouraged with it, so yeah. So that happened and it's not the pattern's fault at all. It was just me not really paying attention and I fudged it up. So so yeah, I do have it here with me, so I'll just share it quickly. I'm using Juniper Moon Farms in the Penguono. So it is a 100% wool. Can't remember the colorway. I think this one is Anise, which is like a really soft brown. And I am also using Pearl, which is also Juniper Moon. And I talked about it last time, so I'm not going to go too far into detail, but yeah, that's where I am. So I'm kind of back to square one. I had a lot more knitted. I was about to start the front, one of the fronts, and I had to rip back, so okay. That's okay. I will get back to it because I really want this pullover. But yeah, it's just kind of went into the naughty pile. So there's that one. Maybe I'll get some progress on it this week. We will see. But my last work in progress that I'm going to share with you is a new cast on, thanks to my friend Angèle. we are going to do a little knit along between the two of us, and it is for the new shawl that Joji Locatelli just released. It's called Crystal Fantasy, and it's a gorgeous wrap consisting of, sorry about that, my video cut out on me. So the Crystal Fantasy wrap by Joji Locatelli consists of 2 fingering weight yarns, or a fingering and a mohair. So I kind of wanted to do mohair, but I didn't want to buy yarn for the shawl, so I was going through my stash and I picked out these 2 beautiful colors, and one of them I have of course been coveting because it's Cozy Posy Yarn Co. in the penny colorway, and this is on her MCN base, so it's merino, cashmere, nylon. I love it. So penny, and it's definitely getting blown out, of course, by my lighting. Maybe that's a bit more true, but I'm doing that one, and I'm going to be, and don't mind this ball, it's like really messed up, but I'm holding it, going to be using this where my mohair would be, and it's just like a light base that has like mossy greens and a little bit of orange and purple. So pretty. So pretty. So I think those 2 will work out really, really nice together. And that one has been in my stash for a while, so I'm really excited to be using it. This is Lizzie Ann Yarns. She is a dyer local in Ontario, I believe. I think she might be in Ottawa, I'm not sure. This is her soft sock, so it's a 75-25 superwash merino and 25 nylon. It's on her 4-ply, which is 425 meters per 100 gram skein, and it is called Sandstone. So that's what I'm going to use for this gorgeous wrap. So I just casted it on last night, so there is not much at all to share, but I got this first ribbing done on it, so now I can actually start on my second color. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I am enjoying it so far, and it's one of those styles, I've never done it before. So I've done a wrap before, but Joji has another, she might have more than one, but you do 2 ends, they're worked flat, you do 2 ends that are exactly the same, and then you do the center point, and you're joining your 2 ends together. I don't know how it's done yet, I didn't read that far in the pattern, but I've never done that kind of construction before, so it's very intriguing to me. So I'm really excited to see how this comes together. There is a little bit of lace in it. Does not look hard, it just looks really fun. So I'm super excited about it. I've got my pretty stitch markers here from Grizzly Knits, Tracy, a very beautiful woman and creator. Do check her out. I love them. So yeah, I just casted this on last night. I'm excited to get into the next color, which is the Sandstone. It is so pretty. So yeah, that's what I've been working on this past week. Pretty exciting stuff. And I want to work on them all. Like, I'm really excited about the shawls. Shawls, especially this time of year, are what I wear the most, and I just love them. Although I must say that I really want to get back to my cardigans. I do miss them, like miss working on them. So that would be my oxbow cardigan, and I also have my spark cardigan. I'm still on the sleeves of that one. That one's a bottom up. That one I haven't touched in a very long time. Do not ask me why. I just get so distracted. I'm like a squirrel. I get so distracted with all the things, but they eventually get done. There's no rush. My knitting is my sanctuary, so I'm not going to get stressed out about it. So yeah. Anyways, it was rather short, I think. Sorry about that. I'll try to have maybe more to share next time. I've just been kind of a monogamous knitter, which is not really me, but I can't really work on something like the same thing until it's done. I got to work on multiple things, but I've just been really enjoying my Sweet Serenity shawl, and it's kind of all I've been wanting to work on, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I hope you guys have been having an awesome couple weeks, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Lots of knitting or going out and enjoying the beautiful weather. I'm gonna go out and enjoy the weather for sure, and take one of my knitting projects with me, of course, because I gotta have my knitting. But yeah, description box, you can find all the show notes below. Until next time, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good one. Bye.